Hey guys, so welcome back to New Comic Book Wednesday, and today I will be reviewing Aquaman number 3 and Teen Titans. I was going to get the Uncharted comic that was going to come out today, but my comic book store didn't have it, so sucks for me, I guess. Wanted to try to read it because, Uncharted 3 just came out, and maybe, try out, see how the story goes in a comic book. But hopefully, I think they're going to make it into like a trade paperback, so I'll pick that up whenever it comes out. But let's begin with Aquaman number 3. Now, in Aquaman number 2, we, left off with Aquaman fighting a bunch of these sea monsters or sea creatures that has came up to the shores and starts attacking human beings. And that's where issue 3 picks up a bunch of just like a couple pages of fight scenes with Aquaman and Mera fighting off the sea creatures, some police officers firing at them, but all in all, Aquaman is fighting against the leader of the sea creatures, and he tries to telepathically, I guess, not telepathic, but like try to, control him or do something, but it doesn't work on the creature, and, they just keep battling it out until later on, they give in and go back into the sea. After that, Aquaman did find one of the sea creatures that were just barely alive. It's going to die soon, and then someone shot him in the head. And, Aquaman finds out that some of the cocoons they made have still living human beings inside of them because they're taking those cocoons back to their home. I guess to feed their other sea monsters in the trench or whatever. But, so Aquaman, wants to take the sea creature to do an autopsy on him to figure out what kind of monster or creature this is. But of course, the police officers, say Aquaman is, not that great of a hero. They say that thank you for helping, but we'll shed a good light on you. Like they're saying, like Aquaman was never a good hero in the first place. Like he was really that useless that people thought he wasn't a good superhero, and they doubt him. And Aquaman gets a bit pissed and takes the sea creature for himself and with Mera and leave. They go off and find the guy that I mentioned in a picture in I think issue 1 where Mera and I think issue 2 or 3, you see Mera and Aquaman looking through a photo of him and his father, and there was someone else there. And the guy who was in that photo is revealed in issue number 3. His name is Stephen Shin. Stephen Shin was a friend of his father's, and I think he forgot he was a marine biologist. And his father brought him to Stephen when Aquaman's power started to, surface, and Stephen Shin actually helped Aquaman control his abilities and learn to use them. And what happens is that they're not friends anymore because Stephen wanted to see Atlantis and Aquaman didn't want to bring him to Atlantis, didn't want to show him Atlantis, and that's when Stephen tried to kill him. So, whoop-de-doo, this man's a bit crazy. But all in all, they go and take the creature to Stephen. And Stephen's watching this TV show or documentary about piranhas. And I thought that was really fascinating because the piranhas that they were talking about on TV they were talking about these sea creatures. That piranhas are exactly just like fish. They just have bigger and sharper teeth and stuff like that. Just like these creatures. They're like fish, but they just have sharper teeth. And so, of course, Stephen starts doing an autopsy report on the sea creature, and he finds out, unique things about it. Like, I forgot, he's like an anglerfish. Angler, am I correct? Anglerfish, the ones that use that light bulb on their head. So he said they have traits of that, and they also have their saliva that I told you they spit out. It's actually, the saliva they spit out is a paralysis kind of thing, so if a normal human being touches it, of course they are in a state of paralysis, and that's how they either eat their, prey, or they take them back to the trench. Now, of course, Aquaman isn't affected because we all know Aquaman's, Atlantean, so of course no poison or like anything like that can actually hurt him. So what they find out is that they travel in packs, and they actually are bringing food back to the trench like ants. So of course they're saying that either they're a dying race and they need help, or there's just something going on here, and that's why they're attacking humans, because maybe they don't have any more food left in their trench, so they're going out for human beings. And what happens is that after that whole autopsy report on the creature, Stefan again asked Aquaman to take him to Atlantis, and Aquaman denies him and leaves. And he's a bit nuts and crazy. And somebody you shouldn't mess with, maybe foreshadowing that this guy can be a villain in Aquaman. I don't know if he was in a villain in the other Aquaman issues, but maybe foreshadowing as a future villain. But so far that's basically what happens, and then Aquaman and Mera go into the trench or into the ocean and try to find these creatures and try to solve the mystery. And in the next issue they will go into the trench. And that's about it for Aquaman. I still have to say Aquaman is doing fairly great. It's a comic that was, people thought that wasn't going to do great, but it just outshined. Like, it's not like as great as, Batman and them, but it's on par with them. They're like, this comic book was so underestimated, it just reached to the level of awesomeness, and I really like this. And I highly recommend you guys picking up this, okay? Just don't think Aquaman is just some kind of wimp or something like that, like everybody else is thinking in the issue. Like, every issue, they're always showing the police officer or someone downing Aquaman, thinking that he's not a good superhero. And it's kind of funny, but at the same time, you wanna like be like, yeah, Aquaman, you show them that you're a great superhero. You're awesome and epic, kick ass, right? And that's about it. I mean, pick up Aquaman when you guys get the chance to. I highly recommend you guys reading it. It's on issue 3 now, and I will be doing my top 10. And that's about it. And next up is Teen Titans. And there we go.